Micah 7:7. But as for me, I watch in hope for the Lord. I wait for God my Savior. My God will hear me. This verse is a declaration of personal faith in the midst of national turmoil. In the book of Micah, the prophet confronts Israel's corruption, injustice, and unfaithfulness to God. Much of the surrounding chapter is filled with sorrow and lament, as Micah describes a society in moral collapse, where even close friends and family cannot be trusted. But in the midst of this darkness, verse 7 stands out as a powerful affirmation of trust in God. But as for me, shows Micah drawing a line between the widespread faithlessness around him and his own personal stance. Despite the failure of leaders, neighbors, and systems, he chooses to fix his eyes on the Lord. This phrase speaks to a personal commitment that refuses to be swayed by the culture or the chaos of the times. I watch in hope for the Lord reveals both expectation and patience. To watch suggests attentiveness, looking out with confidence, not passivity. Hope here is not wishful thinking, but a deep assurance that God will come through. Micah's hope is grounded in God's character and promises. I wait for God my Savior shows a posture of trust. Waiting is never easy, especially in the face of suffering or confusion, but Micah models faith that endures. He acknowledges God not just as a distant deity, but as a personal Savior, one who is actively working, even if unseen for a time. My God will hear me, concludes the verse with certainty. It's a bold statement of faith that God listens, cares, and will respond. In a time when it might have seemed like God was silent or distant, Micah clings to the truth of divine attentiveness. For believers, this verse is a blueprint for how to stand firm when everything around us seems broken. We are called to watch, wait, and hope, not in ourselves or others, but in the faithful God who hears and saves. Comment with the words, "My God will hear me," as we are reminded that God cares and always hears our prayers and will respond. May this verse be with you today as you walk with God. Follow and subscribe as we share a verse each day and break down what God is communicating to us.